Hello and welcome. Today I will show you an overview of a new functionality introduced in release 12.2 for Oracle Payments. This functionality is called Bank Payment Acknowledgement Processing, and as you can see, I have used for this demo as a baseline the Oracle document 1493240.1. This is a more technical note, but you can easily use to set up your bank code and all the other steps to be able to do some small test. Before to start, what I want to share with you is this functionality is applicable only for implementation when Oracle Payments is integrated either with a host-to-host solution or with a different other solution. So just to explain you a little bit the flow. When you run the payment batch in your Oracle Payments instance, an automatic file will be generated, and this file can be sent, as I said, automatically or manually to the bank platform. So this functionality will help you to upload all the bank messages you may receive in regards of the status of your payment, and it's important to know that all these details now can be displayed in the standard web pages of Oracle Payments. So it's no need for you to have a separate customization to store all these details and display it either in custom pages or in custom reports. Okay, let's log in now to Oracle Business Suite and take a look to this new functionality, how looks like. So I will log to my Oracle instance, Vision instance. I will go to Payables Manager, Payments, and then Entry Payment. And here I will search for a specific payment, which I used to test this functionality. And as you can see now, we have available a new field. It's Acknowledgement Status. This is not to display automatically in this payment workbench screen, so you need to just make it visible from folder show field, functionality. So this is only the status if this payment has or not an acknowledgement, but if you want to see more details, you have to go to web pages for this payment. So you can use tools, view payments details, and you will be directed to this page. And here you will see the standard details for your payments. I will collapse the page 2, and I will go to Acknowledgement Information section, which is added as part of this new functionality. If you expand here, you'll see the full history of your payment based on the segments of messages you have received from your bank. All these messages is good to know are based on the flow you have implemented with your bank, but as a standard functionalities, Oracle provides these statuses, and you have to configure your bank status and map it to these available standard status codes. So in this session I will show you step by step how this integration is working. I will not go through technical details, but I will show you how this information is displayed based on your data or based on the status you receive from your bank. So what I will do, I will switch back to the payment workbench, and I will create a new quick payment for the same supplier. Okay, I will provide all information required, like date, use the same bank account, and same payment process profile. And then I will provide an invoice number. I should have one. Yes, I will select an existing invoice and I will use a different amount. I will pay this invoice partially and then save. Okay, what you'll see now after when you save the payment, the acknowledgement status is blank, and also if we go to view payment details, go down to acknowledgement information section, there are no records yet. So what I will do now, I will simulate that we receive a bank acknowledgement from the bank, and I will upload in our environment. I will switch to SQL developer, and for this I will need some details to be added. My payment ID I just created. Let's take I will go back here and I will take my payment ID because I will need some information to be provided to the API. So just to let you know, in the same note I have used, you'll find API details how you can run it. So I will need here two details. I will need the payment reference number, okay, and also the payment instruction ID. There are also other details, but depend on the bank integration you have in place. You can derive the additional details like payer name, bank name, bank branch, account number, because from my experience, most of the time the acknowledgement file you receive from the bank will not contain all these details, so they probably will send you the payment reference number if you provide it to them, and also the instruction reference number. So based on these details you will be able to derive all the other information. So what I will I'll do, I will just make sure I provide the correct payment references, and I will start with the first status. Yeah, so the file will show that this payment was sent to back office. Let me save and run. Okay, so this is successful. Let's see now. Let's go back. So this was just a small overview about what will happen in the background when the a file will be received and uploaded in eBusiness Suite. So if I will move now back to the core and I will do a search for my new created payment. Let me keep both just to make sure that we'll have both payments. You'll see now that our payment has also the acknowledgement status to yes, so this means that we have some messages received from the bank about this payment. Let's move back to web pages. So here is nothing yet displayed, but if you refresh, you'll see that an acknowledgement message was received from the bank saying that this payment was passed to back office. If you go to details, you can see the details from your bank, or the details you have derived based on the information bank sent to you. Okay. based on the integration you have with your bank, you can receive multiple acknowledgement files. So you can upload in your eBusiness Suite environment all these messages just to keep a full history of your payment, and also based on these details you may decide if you need to void or not your payment. So what I will do, I will run the same information. I will say I will receive a new acknowledgement file with the updated status of my payment. Okay, refresh the page, the full page, and let's see. Okay, so now I can see that my latest status of payment is passed to clearing. It seems that the bank is still working to process my payment, and then let me do the same for the next step. Okay, let me refresh the page here, and you can see that based on the data which is automatically uploaded in eBusiness Suite, you can see what is happening with your payment from a bank processing point of view. Okay, so you see that now my payment is accepted with some changes, and here if the changes are provided, I can take a look. I will move to the next step. So we have gone through acknowledgement that our payment is to back office, then passed the clearing, and then was accepted with some change. Okay, and then I will move to the next status. Okay, next status. So we can consider that the first steps are related to our own bank processing, and when they complete everything from their end, they push the same information to the our supplier bank or to a different bank in the chain. So we can consider that pending further processing is related to this next step in the chain. Let's say that the payment is rejected, and in case it's rejected, I will also provide some details for the rejection, so you will be aware and you'll decide based on the information you received the reason of rejection, and you can improve your data quality, or maybe you need to also include additional information you pass to your bank. So I will now I will simulate that we receive a rejection message with some other details. Okay, so after we refresh, we go back again to acknowledgement information area, and we can see that our payment has the rejection status on bank platform, and then we can see what exactly is the issue, what errors we have received. So in this case, you can see here that we missed the payment purpose and also the taxpayer ID. So what can be done? You can send by email these missing details to quickly process this payment, or on the other hand, you can change your information you send to your bank, so to avoid this kind of issues in the future. So in this case, what I will do, I will assume that you send these details, and I will move to the next step, this payment to the next step. So I will say that this payment will be finally accepted with some changes, and in this error code we can say here provided so just to have these details about the changes. Okay, let's go and refresh. And now if we go to acknowledgement information, we can see that our payment is finally accepted by our supplier bank. And if we go to details, we should see that we have provided the payment purpose and also the taxpayer ID. I hope you find this session useful, and you'll have in mind this available functionality in case your company or the project you are working are looking forward to automate the payment process in regards of integration of Oracle payments with bank system. So in my opinion, this is quite a good step forward, because as I mentioned during my presentation, you'll have the full transparency of the processing status on the bank side this time, and have these details visible in Oracle Business Suite. Thank you for joining, and stay in touch. Thank you.